During the 1970s, our homes reflected our style and freedom, boasting bold and unique design elements that remain eye-catching. This era marked a departure from the standard homes of the 50s and 60s, celebrating creativity and the personal touch in every corner. Let's take a nostalgic look back at the 1970s, exploring iconic home trends that shaped this vibrant decade. Each trend tells the story of a time that dared to be different. Some are forgettable, some are regrettable, but all are certain to bring back warm memories. Step into a 1970s living room and imagine the sensation of plush, shag carpeting underfoot, a signature feature of the time. The popularity of shag carpeting soared in the 60s and 70s thanks to new synthetic fibers and improved manufacturing methods that made these lush carpets both affordable and widely available. This fluffy carpet, the plusher the better, came in a vibrant array of colors like hot pink, scarlet, sunshine yellow, baby blue, gold, green, and like my mom and dad had, bright orange. And of course, you needed the shag rug rake to keep your pile tall and proud in addition to vacuuming. Drop something small, like a pin or an earring, back into its fibers, and you might as well say goodbye. It's probably gone for good. While those shag rugs were difficult to clean, there was another flooring that was a breeze to shine. It gets a bad rap, but linoleum floors were durable, versatile, and easy to care for. Linoleum hit the scene in the 1970s as more women entered the workforce. This new flooring, which didn't need to be waxed, was a breeze to care for and could handle the heavy traffic in kitchens and bathrooms. It also came in loads of colors and patterns, and the boldness of the 70s didn't end at your feet. It climbed the walls too, with distinctly patterned wallpaper that made every room pop. The designs were vibrant and bold, showcasing geometric shapes alongside floral and botanical prints. Speaking of colors, harvest gold, avocado green, mustard yellow, and burnt orange were all the rage. In some homes, the wallpaper didn't just cover the walls, it wrapped all the way up across the ceilings too. Additionally, many wallpapers featured outdoor scenes, creating a serene, natural feel inside the home by bringing the beauty and calm of the outdoors indoors. Before the 1970s, living room setups often prioritized conversation, with TVs tucked away in corners or on movable carts. However, as technology advanced and television grew more popular in the 70s, the TV became the centerpiece of the room. These weren't just simple electronic devices anymore. They were major pieces of furniture, often housed in large wood cabinets that matched the room's other furnishings. A decent 21-inch color TV back in the early 70s could set you back about $500, roughly equivalent to $3,500 today. The top of these substantial TV cabinets was frequently used to display family photos and various knickknacks, integrating them further into the home's decor. Do you remember the oversized wooden spoon and fork hanging in your mom's kitchen? These were part of a trend that embraced natural materials and a return to simpler times in home decor. In addition to the TV, the living room of the 70s often featured a console stereo, quite different from the more modern systems of the 80s with their glass doors and stacked components. This decade's stereo was typically housed in a long, low wooden cabinet. The front doors either swung open or slid aside, and sometimes a section of the top could be lifted like a car hood, revealing the turntable and controls tucked neatly inside. This design not only kept the stereo components dust-free, but also integrated seamlessly with the rest of the room's furnishings. For the more trend-conscious homes, you might even find a conversation pit. These weren't your average sunken living rooms like those common in the 80s and 90s. Instead, they were built several steps down into the room's design, complete with comfortable seating and perimeter lighting that created a perfect spot for gatherings and conversations. As the popularity of the American ranch house grew, the sunken living room was a way to differentiate the space, Often the center of the pit featured a low table or a cozy fireplace, adding to the ambiance. At the same time, innovative and stylish, conversation pits could be risky for young children or the elderly due to their open and unprotected nature. Despite the potential dangers, they made for a fun and unique feature at many swanky 70s parties, even if they sometimes led to unexpected accidents. Modular furniture was another hit of the 1970s, offering a sort of above-ground conversation pit. By arranging the sectional pieces, you could easily create a cozy space ideal for group chats. Interestingly, this versatile setup could also be tweaked to keep certain things, or people, like perhaps your daughter and her dolls, out of the conversation zone if needed. This flexibility made modular furniture a popular choice for both socializing and selectively excluding within the same room. For the ultimate swinging bachelor of the 70s, Playpen brand modular furniture was the go-to. It's pretty clear what vibe they were marketing. And if you weren't hip enough for the Playpen or chic enough for a conversation pit, there was another quintessential 70s piece, the hide-a-bed couch. This sofa by day transformed into a guest bed by night, ideal for hosting relatives who somehow never thought to book a hotel. Chances are, if you visited family in the 60s or 70s, you've slept on one. And what did they use for a blanket? Likely a granny square Afghan, often found draped over the back of a couch or chair. These iconic, slightly itchy blankets were perfect for snuggling under as the evening air turned chilly. And of course, there was the ever-popular beanbag chair. In 1968, a company hired a few Italian designers to create a chair that represented the counterculture of the day. The beanbag was everything the 70s represented. It was non-traditional, it was non-conforming, it was fun, it was flexible, and teenagers loved them. The bathroom in every 1970s home might have been the true playground for some of the era's most experimental decor. Starting with the floors, carpeting became a popular choice, not just for its style, but for the warmth and comfort it provided to bare feet. But why stop at the floors? There were plenty of other surfaces ready for a cozy makeover. Initially, it was the toilet lids that got dressed up in fuzzy covers, often accompanied by matching floor mats. Soon, tank lids received the same treatment, and why not go all out and cover the entire tank? The carpeting became so widespread that some bathrooms started to look like the interiors of the custom conversion vans popular during the same period. Does anyone else remember those battery-powered wall clocks with matching candle sconces from the 1970s? These were quite the staple in many homes, including mine. We had this set hanging on the wall for years. When we finally took it down, I recall tossing the never-lit dark green candles in the trash. Another iconic fixture on the walls of many 1970s homes was the famous poster of Farrah Fawcett in a red one-piece swimsuit. This image of Farrah became a defining symbol of the decade, capturing the essence of 1970s pop culture. Purchased by millions, the poster graced not just the bedrooms of teenage boys, but also found a place in many fathers' dens, becoming a widespread cultural phenomenon. In many households like my own, it was a staple piece of decor that represented the style and trends of the time. If you enjoyed this journey through the 1970s home decor, why not dive a bit deeper with us? Stick around for more and click on the next video to continue our nostalgic trip through time. Let's keep exploring together.